okay, you know how Netflix and chill is. It's like in the beginning we're all kind of pretending we're here for the Netflix, but we're mostly here for the chill. Oh my god, just can you hold your hair? Hold your hair, listen, can you listen? Just listen to Auntie Angel. This is the business. Yeah, because I've mostly worn this out, so now when I smell it I kind of feel like wow. It's a rose, a bit of a bite. Exactly. Hi, how are you? My name is Angel. Today's video is a very good idea from one of my subscribers. She commented in my video from Tuesday, which is Vlogmas Day 2. I will link it here. And she asked me to do a collection, like a mini collection. What she called it was a fragrance wardrobe of if you had to pick just from these 10 categories and just have 10 fragrances, which would you pick? Long-time watchers of this channel will remember a time in the fragrance community when this was called a fragrance starting lineup, and very many videos were done. People saying, oh, I'd wear this for daytime, this for nighttime, this for dates, this was kind of a thing 3 or 4 years ago. And I will link, I'll try and make a playlist and link it so you can watch those older videos. I think not my very first, I think it was my second video, was actually a fragrance starting lineup, and so I'm very happy to do this one. However, when I started to kind of get my list together, I remembered why I stopped doing these, because I think I did 2 of these and then I stopped because of how stressful it is. It's like asking me to pick a favorite child. It stresses me out. I'm not that kind of parent, so so I've had quite a hard time. She gave me 10 categories to pick from, so I could have an imaginary collection of just 10 fragrances. I will keep her 10, but they are stressing me out. I'm currently sitting on maybe 90 plus fragrances, most of which I love, so to ask me to pick my favorite 10, come on. Okay, let's get the show on the road. I really like her categories, by the way. She did a very good job of kind of itemizing different kind of feels for fragrances. I would pick a lot of the same categories that she did if I had to pick these categories myself. Good job, babe. Number 1, a fragrance for a hot day. If I had to pick one fragrance for a hot day, I'm already feeling a bit like, am I sure? Am I not? But if I must pick, I would pick Voyage de HERMES by Hermes. This is a very beautiful green, fresh fragrance. It wears beautifully. It's very rich smelling, very white clothing on a yacht in the French Riviera kind of vibes. It's very, very expensive smelling, very bougie smelling. I really enjoy this one. I've said to you guys before that the one that we all love, White Tea, is a budget version of this fragrance. They're very similar. I would say that Voyage is perhaps a little bit more herbaceous. It has a bit more nuance in there. You get a bit of like fern, a bit of just a nice herbal background of that same White Tea green vibe. This is just a little bit more interesting, a little bit more complex, but White Tea is very similar, so White Tea is an option, and the other option would be Dolce & Gabbana Light Blue Intense, which is not as green as the other two, but quite clean, lemony, very lemony clean. It's very, yeah, quite a lemony clean green fragrance. Yeah, but if I must pick one, I would pick this one, though I think the most accessible one is White Tea. What you kind of forego between this and White Tea, if you go for White Tea, is a beautiful herbaceous kind of complex accord in there. This I think is more unisex as well. I think both men and women could wear this, whereas I think White Tea leans a bit feminine, not quite as unisex as this one. Next category is my pick for a hot night or evenings in warmer weather. This I really had to think about. This was difficult for me. I had to really kind of think about what do I want from a fragrance in hot weather, but in the evenings. And I decided that what I want is a general cleanliness. I want it to be clean, because you know, to just kind of deal with the mugginess and the heat, but I wanted to have a bit of a sexiness without being sweet. What I don't want in a hot weather fragrance is sweetness. So I settled on Alaia by Alaia. If I had to pick one, I'd pick the original Alaia fragrance by Alaia Paris. Oh my gosh, it's a beautiful powdery stone fragrance with some violet. So the violet gives you that fresh floralness, and then that kind of powderiness as well, and then you get that stone. The stone note that I keep telling you guys is in this fragrance is like a North African, like Twilight in Tunis or Midnight in Morocco kind of. Oh, I'm a poet and I don't know it. Good job, Angel. Alliteration. Yeah, but it has quite a North African feel. I'd say it does well for like a clean, poised Arabian Nights kind of vibe. My alternates, because I think that these have to be mentioned. Number 1, Crystal Noir by Versace. The reason why I didn't pick this as my number 1 choice for a hot night is because I kind of feel like it's a little bit beachy, a little bit too beachy, so I don't know if it would do well every hot evening, and this would have to be my forever hot evening fragrance. So yeah, that's why I couldn't go all the way with Crystal Noir, because it has a bit of a beachy feel, which I don't know if it would do well all the time, but it's a very, very, very good scent for kind of a sexy, it's like a dark gothic approach to a beach fragrance, you know. So if you're kind of a dark, more gothic chick, it's very nice for you're on the beach and you don't know what to wear. You can't wear any of your heavier, darker fragrances. And then my other pick for warm evenings would be Bulgari's Goldea. That's a gorgeous fragrance. I feel like it just didn't get talked about enough. I got it very recently from a seller. Actually, I have a code for you if you would like to get it. I got it from a seller in Nairobi, and I can get you a code for free delivery. But it's an absolutely gorgeous, warm, sexy, like if you were going to be at the coast this year for Christmas and it's going to be warm, and you like, I don't know, I feel like it's a very goddessy warm fragrance. It's very sexy. I think it has high sex appeal for in the heat. So actually, this is probably the best time to get that fragrance if you're going to be doing costo. Wow. For the holidays, Bulgari's Goldea is just yeah, sex appeal, wears beautifully, lasts ages. It's a very good floral. It's not a white floral, it's a yellow floral, so it has a bit of a warm, kind of a golden goddess vibe to it. Very good, very good. It's perhaps a little bit too sexy for every hot night, which is why I went with this one over that one. But certainly if you're looking for a sexy one for hot weather, Bulgari's Goldea. I've really gone on with that category, haven't I? I mean, we know it was coming. This was going to be a long video either way. This is me we're talking about, right? Cold day is my next category, and this was surprisingly easy for me. I didn't have to think about it very long. If I had to pick just one fragrance for cold days, that would be Mon Guerlain by Guerlain. Okay, wow. Lavender, vanilla, and it's not an edible gourmand cupcakes vanilla, you know, guys. That's the thing that I'm like allergic to. Yeah, it's a beautiful, elegant, mature vanilla with some lavender and some florals. It's absolutely gorgeous, very French smelling. Beautiful, elegant, just enough sex appeal, just enough well behaved. It's right between a Marilyn and a Jackie. Very wearable on a cold day. Cold night. This one may surprise you, the fact that I picked this fragrance for cold nights, but this is Lavandes Trianon by MAISON LANCOME, and I guess I had to think, could I do without this, and I couldn't. This is unusual for me to pick a fragrance so heavy in vanilla, but it's a vanilla tempered perfectly by lavender. I think I generally like lavender vanilla combinations for cold weather, because Mon Guerlain is also very much a lavender vanilla fragrance. This is beautiful. If you had vanilla cookies, and I know I'm usually preaching don't smell like cookies, but hang on. French vanilla cookies. So French baking is generally not as sweet as like American baking. And the last time I was talking about this, some American girl tried to come for my neck. That's racist against Americans. Excuse me. That's just a fact, okay? French baking is not like come on. We can't. you can't wear your feelings that close to YouTube, okay? Like, just keep your feelings in a box a bit far from YouTube. Like, come on. Hey, okay, I'm getting upset again. I was saying French baking is not quite as sweet as American baking. So this smells like a cookie, but a French cookie. So not as much sugar. And then it has like sprigs of lavender in the cookie dough. So if you were baking, it would smell like warm vanilla cookies and lavender. And that lavender tempers that vanilla to keep it from smelling like a childish, why do you smell like a cookie kind of fragrance. This is gorgeous. You have to experience this. It also has a nice buttery, creamy accord. So it really literally smells like baking lavender vanilla cookies. This is... I couldn't do without it. So I had to pick it. Because I know I can't do that without this one. It's very cuddly, very sweater. It's actually very good. It smells like a cashmere sweater feels. I happen to have one on today because don't let the sun fool you. It's quite chilly in Nairobi at the moment. I don't know what's going on. It's supposed to be our summer, but you know, we thank God for small mercies, okay? I mean, yeah, this smells like the softness of a cashmere sweater. The next category is classy, formal fragrances. So in my mind, I'm thinking of an event. I might have on a really beautiful gown or something. It's a nice, a properly formal event. Or if it had to be in the daytime, maybe an event at like State House, like quite a nice, like a you know, hobnobbing with the who's who kind of event. How are you? How do you do? One of those. If I had to pick, I'm gonna pick a rose. I'm gonna pick a rose because it has to be a rose. Roses make me feel good, but the options are not roses. Hang in there with me. If I had to pick, it would be Jo Malone's Velvet Rose and Oud. I just think this is okay. I smell so good. I need to wear this more. Okay. Words, Angel. This is a very beautiful, elegant, deep, dark, velvety rose. Oh, it would do so well with a black gown. A black gown with straps this thin, like teeny tiny little tiny spaghetti straps, and then the dress looks like it's been poured onto you. You know, one of those dresses just kind of looks like if like one false move and the thing is falling apart. One of those dresses. Gorgeous, with a nice red lip, a tiny bag that can't do anything. Wouldn't those tiny, you know, tiny useless bags? Yeah, that's the look. It's very, very elegant. And I think the thing that you want for like a classy formal event is a fragrance that has the performance. The performance needs to be there because you're unlikely to be able to carry your fragrance around because you're carrying one of those ridiculous Minaudier tiny bags. So you want it to be able to perform and you want it to be unusual. If you're going to this event in Nairobi, half of the room is going to be wearing La Vie Belle. So it's going to need to be very different than the rest of the room, and then also need to be able to put up a fight to be noticeable, okay? And this is the, unique, different, sexy, dark, elegant, smells like money, yes. Speaking of smells like money, Kercha by Aqua de Palma is absolutely gorgeous, a little bit more edgy, a bit less feminine, a bit less pretty than Velvet Rose and Oud. Is a bit more edgy. It's it smells like good grooming. It's just a very well done, expensive smelling. That fragrance always just smells so expensive to me. Very refined, polished, expensive, put together perfectly. Like everything has to be sitting right. Hair done, face beat, outfit slapping, like it well groomed. That's what that fragrance smells like. Performance is through the roof. Absolutely gorgeous fragrance. It's a bit of an edgy, unisex, woody fragrance. It's a chypre with a lot of wood in it. Gorgeous fragrance. And then, so I think both of the ones I mentioned, I think would be good for like nighttime, classy, formal events. But if you were going somewhere in the daytime, and my example, the thing I have in my head is if you're going to an event at State House, the one I would pick would be 24 Faubourg by Hermes. This smells like old money. Old money. You didn't see money last week. You are not new. Like you've been had some money. Long money is what 24 Faubourg smells like. It smells like old elegance. You own furs. It smells like women who smoke with like the cigarette holder, okay? Long money, okay? You have a nice, beautiful outfit on, like a like a nice like a Jackie Kennedy kind of dress. It's very first lady, very regal, very nobility. Gorgeous. White floral, not for the faint of heart. If you don't like flowers, it's probably not for you. But if you can take flowers, it just plays so elegant. Such a rich lady fragrance. Okay, intimate moments is what she calls this category. In the old fragrance starting lineup videos, this was called the close encounters fragrance. Something you'd wear for, you know, nice little moments. It's just you and your boo, like Netflix and chill, you trying to do something. I would pick a Narciso fragrance. Pretty much any Narciso fragrance would work for this, but I went with Narciso Poudree. It's a nice soft, oh, I haven't worn this in too long. I should take this out before it gets warm again. It's a nice soft, cuddly, it makes you want to cuddle. Like it makes you smell this and it's like, no, come back here. Like, wait, I'm not done smelling you. Okay? Nice, soft, elegant, clean, but like plays very well with skin. All of these Narciso fragrances, the musks play very, very well with skin. They warm up beautifully on the skin, get a bit, there's a bit of an animal instinct in the back of all that nice, well-behaved. So it's kind of like, okay, you know how Netflix and chill is. It's like in the beginning, we're all kind of pretending we're here for the Netflix, but we're mostly here for the chill. So this smells like the Netflix, like the nice, well-behaved. We're just having a nice, well-behaved evening. With skin, then you get the chill. Because like on skin, it warms up. Musk plays very well with skin. You get a nice little some and little in the back there. This is, yeah, I would pick this for close encounters, definitely. Next category is date night, and I think you guys would probably be able to guess the one I'm gonna pick. Can you guess? Can you guess? Can you guess? Can you guess? DIOR Addict. I mean, there's many fragrances that I would say are sexy, wonderful, but this is the one I would pick simply because I've seen results. I'm not gonna get too much into this one. I'll just direct you to my sexy fragrances video, but this right here, this is the business. Oh my god, just can you hold your hair? Hold your hair, listen. Can you listen? Just listen to Auntie Angel. This is the business. Okay, sexy vanilla, sexy green vanilla. It's not cupcakes vanilla. It's green, woody, vanilla, bossy. It's very it's also very memorable. It's not the kind of fragrance, you know, that man's not gonna forget you quickly, girl. Oh. Yeah, it's a nice sexy, that's a good sexy something. Yeah, I think this was pretty obvious. This was gonna be my date night pick, but it was kind of close. I would have loved to pick Noir by Tom Ford, which I think is absolutely gorgeous, sexy, roses, chocolate and wine fragrance. I've told you guys before, it smells like being on a date with a vampire. It's kind of a dangerous, romantic fragrance. It's edgy and romantic. Gorgeous, very beautiful fragrance. I would say it's a little bit more elegant than DIOR Addict, where where Addict's sexiness is very raw. Like Addict is lace underwear, okay? It's very overt. The vibe is sexiness. I think Noir is a bit more lace underwear, black lace underwear under a blazer. Do you know what I mean? So you have a jacket on, and then all you have underneath for the top is like a black bra. So it's a bit less overt. What do I want to say? So it's a bit more covert, right? Overt is the loud one, right? Yeah, it's a little bit less than Addict, you know, a bit better behaved, but Addict delivers, I think, because of how raunchy it is. And the other option I would pick would probably be Tonka Imperiale by GUERLAIN, which for me is outright sexy, no holds barred. It's you and God, okay? I don't know if I want to be that sexy all the time, but that's a bombshell. You meet her and you like everything. You know how there's some situations or some women whose sexiness drips off of every word they say. They say hello, and it's like, okay, where should I lay down? Okay, that's what Tonka Imperiale is. Oof. I feel like the machinery is a bit too heavy for being the only date night fragrance, but go watch that video. Just go watch that sexy fragrances video. I talk at length about that fragrance. Next category is night out clubbing, and this was another very easy one because this I've worn and has delivered on nights out. This is Marc Jacobs Decadence, also mentioned in the sexy fragrances video. Good, sexy, powerful, because if you're going out clubbing, the other women in the room are likely to also have a lot of fragrance on. This is good at commanding the room. It's not cowed by other fragrance in the room. Okay, I don't go out very much. I'm not really a clubbing kind of girl, but the few times that I've been out this year, I would say I've noticed La Vie Est Belle and Good Girl by Carolina Herrera. I know that I've smelled that fragrance quite a few times out. Specifically, I don't think I've smelled it in any other context. I don't own it myself. I've refused to buy it because I just, the bottle, but I've smelled it quite a few times. I think that this is even more remarkable than that. I don't have a problem with Good Girl. I think Good Girl smells okay, but the dry down I think is a bit unremarkable. So after the first couple hours, it's kind of like, okay, you have something on, whereas this I think maintains its character throughout the wear. Very interesting, boozy, sexy fragrance. Warm, it smells like plum wine. Yeah, because I've mostly worn this out, so now when I smell it I kind of feel like wow. Hey, you guys, how long are we gonna? Hey. Okay, next category is bedtime fragrances. This was easy. This was very easy for me because I've been wearing it a lot to bed anyway. Chanel 5. This is my immediate former signature fragrance. I wore this as a signature for many years. Since 2012 when I got it. This is the fragrance I've worn the most. Maybe this and one more that I'll show you a bit later, but yeah, I've loved this for a very long time, but it has recently been kicked out of signature position, and recently I would say in the past maybe year and a half, but now I wear it to bed very often. It just makes me feel like myself. It's a very easy, clean, the eau de toilette specifically is a very easy, clean, just smells like a clean woman. It smells like a woman that has showered with Imperial leather. That's the best way to describe it. Imperial leather bar soap, classic, clean, elegant, feminine, gorgeous. I love it. I love it. If I had to pick one, this is what I would go to sleep in. But if I could have options, I would pick Jovan's White Musk, which I've recommended to a number of you guys who have got and loved it, except Chebet, Ninini. So one of my internet friends bought it and didn't like it. But baby, you're wrong. Try again. Try harder. It's a nice, soft, clean powder. It smells like kind of like baby powder or like Johnson's products, but for adults. I don't know how to say it. It's a very clean, soft, yeah, clean and soft. I think would kind of fluffy. It smells like a hug from a clean mom. That's what it smells like. So that, or maybe Eau Ressourçante by Clarin, which is another one I wear very often to bed. That just smells like shampoo. It smells like just showered, just shampooed hair. Very, very clean fragrance as well. Clean in a blue way rather than in like a pink fluffy way. It's clean in a blue way, which is why I say it smells a bit like shampoo. I really like that for when it's hot, like when it's warm outside and you're going to bed. It makes me feel super duper clean. I like that one. Final category is the versatile one. So I think by this she meant like a signature. For me, that's easy. Let me reach for her. At the moment, it's Coco Mademoiselle Eau de Parfum Intense. No other version, only the Eau de Parfum Intense. You can tell by the white label. The regular Eau de Parfum has a kind of a see-through pink label, but the Intense has an opaque white label. I mean, finishing my second bottle, okay? And this came out last year. This is my second 100ml bottle that I'm finishing. I love it. I just love it. I think it's so versatile. It's the vibes that I'm doing at the moment of everyday bombshell, and this is an everyday bombshell. Like, it's not too much, but it's sexy, rose, patchouli, citruses, some vanilla. It does still have a bit of that vanilla. It's a beautiful edgy rose. It's an edgy rose. It's a rose, a bit of a bite. Exactly. I love it. I love it. I love it. If I had to pick one for versatility, it would have to be this one. However, one that I've loved a very long time is Stella by Stella McCartney. Me and the roses. I just feel like I do need a rose that's just roses, especially for layering to make other things more rosy. I've loved Stella since 2007. Okay, it's been a very, very long relationship. It's hard for me to think about doing without. If I had to pick between Coco Mademoiselle and Stella, I would pick Coco Mademoiselle, but I would cry every night about Stella. You know? Oh Lord, that's like story of my life, girl. This is my 8th bottle that I have at the moment, that I'm running at the moment. Maybe even 9th. Maybe it's my 9th bottle. I don't know. I love it. I love it. It's roses, warm roses, and it's very, very rosy. It's a nice modern rose fragrance, gorgeous. And one more option, because me and the florals, it's a bit of a problem, Gucci Bloom. I have found it to be such a wearable white floral fragrance. It's not like too fancy or too formal or too casual it's just a very nice, supremely elegant but kind of fun white floral. Not too mature, not too like prim and proper and like stiff. It's a very well done, young, vivacious. It's a white floral with joie de vivre. You know what I mean? Okay, I can't pick, you guys. Like, don't ask me to pick one. Like, what are you doing? What are you doing? C'est très difficile. How would I do it? And why? Pourquoi? Why? But I did it. Thank you for watching. This is going to be a difficult edit, huh? I hope I make it. God bless you. Love you, mean it. Bye.